This is a great place to come view the chemtrails. There's the airport that they're supposedly flying to and from when they're leaving these trails right over the city. But I can't help but notice that they're already, quote unquote, at altitude. When they get here, they're not taking off from that airport, or they'd be like that plane, wherever it is, right over there. But back to what I was saying. Oh yeah, what's visibility? Let's say visibility today is, I see Mount Scott, so about 2.5 miles so far. They've been hammering down like this all day, and it's like, I don't know, 12:30 or 1 now. I'm down at Portco at the Columbia River, across from Dentler Beach on the Oregon side. See, if that were really a contrail, I've been seeing a lot of these things where they zoom in on it, right? So I lost it. There it is. Come on, full zoom. Bam! That's all it's got. My finger was glued like zoomed to the floor. That's all there is, and there ain't no more. That jet's way too low. It's a small jet at low elevation. And really, if you look at the trajectory of the trail, it's not crossing the canopy of the sky. They're turning it on while the thing is still gaining altitude. From what I've been told is the Hillsborough Airport, where there's an Evergreen Aviation at. Evergreen Aviation, which is purported to be the, I don't know, the CIA or the whatever. It's their special airline. My Morgellons has been off the hook for days now. Both of my ears are, well, my left ear is completely plugged. If I pull on my earlobe, I can hear out of it a little bit. It's all crusty inside from this Morgellon shit trying to leave my body any way it can. Because my massive amounts of different treatments seem to be working finally. Beware of anyone who says they have a cure, because there isn't one. At least not yet. And you know what sucks about the things I've come up with is that, well, one, probably only I'd be crazy enough to do them. But two, I mean, the only reason I can do them is not because I'm crazy, it's because I'm confident in my ability to understand chemistry and physics and the like. And, you know, I don't think most people, even if they have the gray matter to understand those things and try to find their own solutions, I don't think that they would have the confidence in their conclusions to actually do it. But it's life or death, really. I mean, you know, without any doubts, I'm sure that 2 and 3 years ago, I could have or would have, and most likely should have died at those times. But, you know, honestly, it sounds cliche, but I'm thinking of my kids, like, you know, and I can't really be there for them right now because of this stuff, but I try. And I think of them, and I don't want them to, like, not know who their dad was. Like, oh, he died a long time ago. You know, fuck that. So that gave me the confidence to move forward. I'm not like reckless and dangerous with my treatments. You know, some people think muriatic acid bath. Oh my gosh, you're crazy. It's like people can't understand the simple concept of concentrations of things, right? You dilute it. It's diluted way down, you know. Benzoyl peroxide is in acne cream, but if you had straight benzoyl peroxide, it would fry you into a crisp. Plain peroxide would. I don't know. I don't even know, you know. But I know that. Almost everything we use is some sort of a base or acid, as far as you know, treatments and topicals and whatnot. Unless you go natural, which is what I'm trying to do. Oh, okay. I'll quit looking at the camera. More chemtrails have gone over, and here's another guy coming right now. And the crows like it, though. There's nothing crows love more than a chemtrail-y day. There'll be crows all over town, everywhere. And they're so big that they're, I guess you'd call them ravens, which have never been in this area before. Really, the crows have never been in this area in this high of a population. Nearly all of the seagulls have moved away. I mean, there's no birds down here. You see the birds? It's a nice spring. There should be seagulls because they used to live here year-round, some of them, but not anymore. That's kind of a cool stick. It's a dragon. I'll have to keep this one. And it's like up and down, left and right. Well, that's forward and back, left and right. Nice. Anyway, water's high. Fresh chemtrails. Breathe them up while they're hot. This addition to the Portland airport has just ruined the town of Vancouver. I mean, it would have gotten ruined anyway because these planes fly in circles over the town in order to spray and microwave us. I've seen small planes like Cessnas. I've seen Cessnas at 600 to 800 feet spraying neighborhoods in the moonlight. Clear stream of liquid coming out of the back of the plane that dissipates, you know, quickly. Like misty. Just right over people's houses. Right over my house. I watched it go over. I didn't have a camera with me. My friend said he saw a plane swoop down over in Portland off of Sandy. He was downhill from his friend who was a couple cars up, and he saw the plane just came into view over the hilltop and sprayed something on the intersection, shut it off, and flew away. I shit you not, and he wouldn't lie to me. He saw that. I can't reveal his name. Otherwise, the KGB might come. Oops, I've said too much. My ear's feeling kind of pluggy right now. Wait. What's that, Sonny? Huh? Oh, yeah, the chemtrails. Oh, those are contrails, you see. See, the plane's at such high altitude that there's water in the atmosphere. It turns into ice, and so it's ice crystals in the atmosphere. You see, that's all it is. Don't worry about it. That's been happening forever, Sonny. Said the old man at the park that I talked to a couple years ago. He tried to tell me that those have always been there. We were trying to watch the lunar eclipse. Oh, you couldn't really see it that well because of the chemtrails, but it wasn't completely chemtrail. But then when it flies over, he's like, oh, so that's a contrail. And I'm like, are you kidding me, old man? You're like 85 years old and you can't tell the difference between blue sky and contrail? You know, you didn't notice when jets started to fly until you were 80? Wake the fuck up. And he didn't seem like he was retarded or anything. He just seemed like he was brainwashed, I guess you'd say. It's sad but true. Like, I don't question anything and I vote. I watch TV news and I vote. Yay for America. Welcome to Vancouver. Get used to that new sound because you're going to hear it all day long in the Coove. S-H-I-T hole, the Coove. The Coove, 66.6 on your 666 dial. The Coove. I know this gal who, like, she thinks she may be an MK Ultra. I think, like, she would just not taking her programming well enough or something from her upbringing. And knowing her a little bit enough that I'm like, I believe her. That seems like a good explanation for all her strange behaviors. But I think she's adjusted pretty well. But what was I going to say with that? Shit, I forgot. I smoked half a joint. I'm stoned. I have a problem. Sometimes I run out of weed, and I want to go jump in the river. But if I get weed, then I just go to the river, and everything's cool. Like the Talking Heads song. Take me to the river. You know that one? Of course you do. Unless you're like young, then you don't. But that's okay. Look it up. If you like my little groovy, weird songs. Talking Heads are kind of all like that, though. I'm afraid to kick that thing. What if it's a bomb left over from the war of 1812? All right. I haven't filled the battery yet, and so I've got 16 minutes remaining. I guess I'll wrap it up for now. Holy moly! Here comes the duckaroos. Hi, ducks. I think they're a couple. They look good together, don't they? And his head is so purple and green and blue. It's like iridescent. And then she's like very nicely marked with a little, what would you call that? I don't know. Like a tortoise shell color pattern like that. Birds! I see birds that I don't want to kill. Those look like very friendly birds. Hey, birds. Now, if it was crows are another story. All crows must die. A crow shit on me once while I was working on my motorcycle. I was a teenager. Of course, I was working under a cherry tree. I guess there was cherries in the tree, and crows like to eat cherries. But the motherfucker shit right on my head, my eye, my cheek, my lip, my chin, and onto my shirt. It's like he had to have walked out on the limb and got right over me and shit there. And that's one of his descendants. So, haven't gotten me any crows yet, but I declare open season on crows. And pigeons for that matter. Fuck pigeons. And that's all I've got to say about that.